Thank you for taking an interest in your child's progress on Bedrock vocabulary. At Bedrock, we've found student usage is boosted when parents are engaged with their children's learning. So in this short video, we will show you how to sign up to the Bedrock platform and a few of the features of Bedrock vocabulary that will allow you to monitor your child's progress. To access Bedrock, you will need a valid email account and access to an internet-enabled device, be it a computer, tablet or phone. You will also need your child's 8-digit access code that should have been provided by your child's teacher. To register with Bedrock vocabulary, go to the application site at app.bedrocklearning.org. This will take you to the login page. Click on the Parent or Teacher tab. For your first visit, you will need to click on Parent Sign Up. You then complete the form using your child's last name, their access code, and finally your details. When you have done this, click Register. Upon registering for the site, you will receive an email to the address you provided. If you cannot see the email in your inbox after a few minutes, please check your spam folder. Make sure that you mark the email as not spam, otherwise you will not receive learning updates from Bedrock. When you receive this email, open it up and click through on the provided link. You will then be directed to a page that will show you your username and password for the Bedrock app. Make sure you keep these safe, as you will need these each time you log in. The link in the email has automatically logged you into the Bedrock app, so you can get straight into seeing your child's progress from here. We will cover logging back into the site a little later on in the video. There are two sections to the parent site, the dashboard and the admin section. We are currently in the admin section, which can be accessed by clicking on your name here. In this section, not only can you view your username and password, but you can also set the weekly reporting date. The weekly report is sent to your email inbox and gives you an overview of your child's weekly progress on the site. Importantly, it also shows you if they have been achieving their 2 lessons per week goal. Clicking on the Student Knowledge tab brings you to your child's learning dashboard. The first page you will come to is the Knowledge Organiser. Before we get into the reporting, it is important to know a little bit about the Bedrock program and the student progress through the site. Having this knowledge will make this video much more meaningful. A quick view of the student site will help to explain the student journey better. Bringing up the student site, we can see that the Bedrock curriculum is split into learning blocks which take approximately 1 academic year to complete. Each of these blocks contains a number of topics, and each topic contains lessons and quizzes. A topic starts with a pre-test that assesses the words within the topic that the student already knows and doesn't know. Each topic has an overarching theme, such as the Vikings or the solar system, and, following the pre-test, the program introduces the student to the lessons of the topic. Each lesson begins with a piece of written prose that introduces them to an interesting aspect of the topic. Within this prose are words that will be taught throughout the lesson. The student clicks on the words in the prose to hear their definition, and then completes a learning sequence which includes exercises and quizzes around the application of these words. Each topic ends with a post-test to see how much of the information the student has retained and the new words they have learned. With this knowledge, we can now go back to our parent dashboard and see what information this shows us. Looking back at our knowledge organizer, we can see that this shows us vocabulary I knew before, or words the student got right on their pretest and thus knew them before the learning sequence. Vocabulary I am learning, or words the student got wrong in their pretest and are currently being taught on the curriculum. And finally, vocabulary I have learned, or words the student did not know in the pretest, but following the Bedrock learning sequence, then answered them correctly on the post-test. This then gives a really nice snapshot of the words your child is currently using on the site, thereby allowing you to help your child's vocabulary development by using these words in conversation with them. Under the name of your child, you will see the other dashboard pages. We will now take a look at these. Starting with the Progress tab, if we click through, here we are taken to the reporting section of the site, where you can see 3 report options: Activity Report, Attainment and Curriculum Progress. Curriculum progress shows your child's progress through the curriculum in terms of the blocks that they have completed and their pre-test scores, and percentage improvement between pre-test and post-test for each topic. Back to Progress Dashboard brings you back to the previous page. The Attainment Report shows you the average pre-test, post-test and attainment within a given period of time, within a given block, or within a given topic. Filter by a given time period by clicking the date range and click Go. Here you see the average scores across this date range. You can then select a block to see the average scores achieved across all topics within this block, and the individual scores per topic by including the topic filter. The final report is the Activity Report. This shows the lessons completed in a given time and the attainment achieved. The smiley face is shown on the weekly view and represents the number of lessons completed against the goal. Bedrock typically advises that students complete 2 lessons per week, and, as such, a green smiley face will show if a student has achieved this. A yellow smiley face will show if a student has achieved 1 lesson that week, and a red sad face will show if a student has not completed any lessons. Moving on to the next tab on our dashboard, the History tab, we can see that this shows the completed lessons within the topics and the scores achieved. Students receive badges for completing a topic as well as gaining points, and these can be viewed in the Achievements section. Students also receive certificates for completing a block, which can be viewed in the Certificates section. Summaries of this information can be found to the right-hand side of the main dashboard, as well as the time spent on the program and the points achieved this week. If you have more than 1 child on Bedrock, you can add another child here. Again, you will need the access code supplied by the school or by the Bedrock customer care team if you are a home subscriber. The Settings tab allows you to see your child's username and password in case they misplace theirs. You can log out of the program here. To log back in, click on the Parent or Teacher tab and use your credentials that we showed you how to view at the start of this tutorial. Some of the information contained on the site will be available in your weekly report. This report shows you the weekly lesson status against goal, the lessons completed, and the attainment. The report will be delivered to your inbox on the day that you selected in the Settings tab of your dashboard. Despite receiving the weekly report, we do strongly recommend that you view your child's progress on the site. This is so that you can see the language they are learning and integrate this into the vocabulary you use with your child. This will go a long way to improving their familiarity and comfort with using more complex vocabulary. Thanks again for supporting your child's learning with Bedrock Vocabulary.